Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 1. Who is Peter?
Who
My
is
name's
Peter?
Nick, and I'm with my co-host here, Zachary, and
Hello.
we're gonna be going in depth here. We're gonna make a long series about Peter Plaggenborg. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Peter a little bit here. So based on what you can see from the title of the episode, who is Peter? What is Peter Plaggenborg? So
It's a good question.
Peter, he's a lot of things, right? I mean, it's kind of hard to sum up simply, right? I mean, he's a lot.
He's an oddball.
He's got a lot of stories revolving around him. I mean, there's a lot of character traits you can look at that really just make him stand out from the crowd. Why I personally love Peter Plaggenborg, right?
He's German.
He is
He's
German.
tall, curly hair. He used to be pretty fat.
Used to be, yeah. Glad he
Instead of
lost
going
some
to the
weight.
gym.
Yeah, that is true. There is an episode on YouTube, actually. If you look up Peter Plaggenborg on YouTube, one of the first videos you'll find is a little workout he did with the Corpse Fitness, I believe, was the name of the organization. So find out a little bit about Peter there. But Peter's basically just a little German boy, lives in PA, United States, and he's just a really interesting guy all around. And there's just so much about him that, I mean, I think it's reasonable to make an entire podcast dedicated to him.
Agreed.
Of course, this being episode 1, you don't know who Peter is, but I'm gonna kind of elaborate a bit more here. So basically, Peter, like I mentioned already, a little German boy in PA. He's got a lot of stories. I'm really excited to dive in depth and analyze and explain with the group here. Kind of dissect his life, if you will, right? I mean, really look at him in every way here, metaphorically and literally looking at Peter. We got a lot of pictures, a lot of videos we can show to back up what we're saying. I think it'll be a great time learning about him.
Agreed. Let's start it off back in pre-K.
Okay.
Telling me the story last night where he peed his pants. Now, Peter's interesting when he tells stories because he brings them up at the worst time when nobody cares. But I kind of listened because it was kind of funny. Yeah. What grade was it? It was like.
Let's be real. I mean, it could have been yesterday. You could have been telling the story yesterday. Like that. It happened that morning, but he just said pre-K in front of it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't doubt it. So there's no real way to tell the date.
It's true.
With facts here. We're kind of assuming. We're kind of believing his word, and Peter's not
true.
a lie.
He peed his pants in front of a girl because he got embarrassed.
Now,
what did he get embarrassed about?
I don't know. I could see that being recent, right? As in,
that's true.
Peter, as of right now, Peter Plaggenborg, what is he, 18? Just started using Tinder, Get into that another episode. We'll get into that a bit more. I could see that event, taking place within the last week, maybe month, maybe a couple months back to October, if you will.
Agreed.
A little foreshadowing there,
Just a little.
Yeah. So that's just an example of a perfect example of one of the many great stories. Obviously, very simple. He told us very briefly last night, because frankly, last night didn't want to listen to him. I just left the call.
That's true.
He was talking.
That's
I just left.
True.
Frankly, I didn't care. I already have.
It's hard caring.
It is hard caring about Peter sometimes. I mean, I love him. Don't get me wrong. Love that guy.
But
I miss the old Peter. He had it. His peak is over. He climaxed.
That's facts
already. So, not having that old Peter here, it's hard for me to dial my focus in. And really, like, when he talks, sometimes I just don't listen. He gets mad when I don't respond sometimes, but I just don't care. Frankly,
that's facts.
And like, there's not much else to it.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter's interesting. His friends.
Well, let's put air quotes on friends, right?
His so-called friends.
Yeah, yeah.
One of them just came out as gay.
That
I
is
don't know how to
true.
feel about that.
That is true. Don't know how to feel about
Um,
that. You're right. Don't know how to
don't
feel
know
about
how
that
to feel
one.
about that. I I love gay people
Don't
to
get
an
me wrong.
extent.
I love gay people as much as the next guy. You
Yeah,
know?
gay people are great
Yeah.
as
Great
long as
people.
they just kind of like keep to themselves.
Yeah,
You
I agree.
know,
I agree. I
just
agree.
not shove it in my face. You know,
I think that's how a lot of people's
you're
views
like
are.
everyone else, but this one person in particular is not doing that. He's not
Mm,
keeping it to
mm,
himself.
mm,
He's having gay thoughts
mm,
about Peter, gay dreams.
mm.
That's something I don't
Daydreams,
want to.
night
I don't
dreams,
want to
all.
tap into.
Yeah. Yeah. Say
A
that
little too much
for
for me.
when we're a bit more confident with this, maybe a bit later down the road, we can go more in depth.
Yeah.
These are just a few examples of the hundreds of topics that we could talk about for hours. I mean, I could talk about this for days,
Yeah,
personally.
that's true.
So, I mean,
Roman, Peter's great friend.
mhm,
Roman's kind of the punching bag.
mhm,
Roman's Peter's punching bag. That's a fair statement.
yeah.
Roman Roman gets beat up a lot. He could take a few shots.
Mhm.
Could take a few good hits,
He's a
but
big man. He could take a few hits.
he's big bone, big man.
Big boned.
But yeah, I feel like sometimes enough is enough. So
Hmm.
I just get the need to kind of mute Peter sometimes
I mean, I think everybody
when I'm
does.
on a
Like
call with him.
a lot of the times so Peter loves to mute people. It's kind of I don't know what ever since he changed. The old Peter wouldn't do this, but the new Peter, he's got this like problem where he just like obsessively mutes everyone and everything. Like if you say something he doesn't like in any regard, gone, muted,
Yeah,
gone. Like he's not talking to you for a week. We're talking here. Like it's
I
bad.
know.
It's
It's
bad.
bad. It's bad.
But I think what we should do is we should talk a little bit about the group here and kind of give an
Okay.
overview of like how people have connections to each other, right? So the kind of group that a lot of these stories are going to take place in. There's me, Nick. We got Zachary here, and then there's Peter, and then there's this person named Roman, kind of the punching bag for Peter. Nobody else, just Peter. Okay. There's a guy named Carson. He's kind of he doesn't pop in too much anymore, at least. There's a man named
Yeah, that's
Austin.
true.
He is that gay one that we just
Gay
touched on a
man.
little bit. Guy that just
Austin
gay thoughts
Bortz.
with
Look
you.
him up.
Look him up. Look him up if you get a chance. That's kind of the main group here. There's some other people who we may bring in. We'll mention them. We'll tell you about them a bit more if they're in the story, which I'm sure they will be. I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll tell you about
Colin
more people. There's Colin.
Borker.
Colin, Comrade Borker, his alias online, right? He's
Colin
definitely
Howe.
going to
Look
be
him
some of
up.
these older stories, definitely from the years ago.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
as of recently, though, not much of a big face in the group.
He
Kind
kind of
of
fell
laying
off
low.
ever
Kind of
since
fell
he
off.
got a woman.
On God, on God. Ever since he went blind, but that's so that's kind of the group. You can kind of see what you're going to expect out of the podcast, how we're going to go in depth about these things, and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
make some fun out of Peter's life. Frankly,
Yeah. We might send this to his college.
honestly, yeah, the whole series, right?
The whole series, yeah.
I mean, everything we're going to say in this is going to be facts, right?
We're not
Everything we're
lying
going to
about
say,
anything.
yeah, everything is facts, right? So I mean, this is all backed by
This is all
extensive
real.
data, right? Yeah, this is all firsthand
Extensive data,
experience.
years of knowing him.
Pretty much, yeah. We've known this kid for. I mean, I'm embarrassed, frankly, to say I've known him for so long, right? So I've
Yeah,
known him
that's
for
true.
however many years, at least 7. So I know it's probably more. But I mean, we have a lot of experience with this Peter kid, and I'm excited to share him with the world. Just
I could say it better myself.
yeah. Try to think of anything else we need to go over here. I don't know, anything else? Anything else you want to say, Zachary?
No, just
I
stay in
can't
tune
think
to
of
the next
anything.
episodes.
Honestly, obviously, this is a very simple. This is
This
kind
is
of
just
just
the introduction.
introduction, right? There's no real story here. We gave you a few teasers of what we could talk about in the future,
Exactly.
what to expect, right? Kind of the same. Follow those topics we mentioned, those stories we mentioned. Just think of things similar to that we can go over, right? We got a lot to cover. We got no shortage of information, right? So
This is
we
literally
have
zero, unlimited.
hundreds of episodes, hundreds of possibilities, right? I'm
Mhm.
very excited for this to continue on for years. I'm excited for hundreds of thousands of episodes. Hopefully, that's the end goal, right? Make everyone. The end goal here is to show the world Peter. That's
Agreed.
about it. There's nothing else really to it. I just think
Agreed.
he's so. What's the word? I can't think of.
I don't think there's really any good words to
I
describe
don't
him.
think there's one word to describe him, but he's just something. He's really maybe a little built different. That could be a word to
Yeah,
describe
he's
him.
built different.
So I'm excited. I'm excited.
I am too.
Oh, actually, I just realized there's something we need to say. We will be having guests periodically.
True. That's true.
Some episodes, we can bring on some firsthand because I haven't known Peter forever, right? And I'm not a main character. Neither is Zachary in some of these stories, so we can bring on some firsthand accounts from these stories to really give us some extra information. Right? I think
It's gonna be
that'll
good.
really add to it. It'll be really good. I'm very excited. I keep saying that, but I am very excited.
I am very excited too.
I got nothing else to say. I'm ready to start getting ready for episode 2. I don't know about you.
I think same here.
All right. Looking forward to episode 2.